Okay, so we have a Kenwood cassette deck here without any overcurrent protection in the AC primary. There is a fuse in the secondary, but that will not help if you have a problem in the primary. So we're going to put a fuse in the AC primary side of this unit here. So first we'll cut this little tie wrap off here. Squeeze that in. Pull the cord out. We'll open this up. Oh, that goes on easy. So we're going to have to bring some slack in here. So it's got to go down to there, and so even maybe a little more than this. So we'll put it right here. Okay, and we'll peel the cord back here. See how this has the white wire, the white tracer on it? That's how to tell that it's the neutral side. And this side is all black. And that's how to tell that this is the side that's going to be the live side. So we're going to go down to the block, so we're going to put it about right here. So we'll cut it right here. Then this is going to come back up from the fuse block over here. So we can plug this back in now. And we'll fold this white So we'll fold the white one up, so we'll go down, we'll come back this way, we'll go back this way, and we'll bring it back this way. Get them all folded so it's all nice and even there. We'll put our zip tie on it here. So these two will go to our fuse block. Okay, so we'll take our fuse block here. I'll sand it here so I get a good solder connection, a good We'll strip our ends off here. I'll twist my strands together here. We're going to use the rosin flux. Okay, so I'm going to clean my iron tip there. Okay, so the first one I'll do is I'll take these strands here, I'll twist them together. I'll look on the bottom here, make sure all my strands are through the hole. I'll use my pliers, I'll shape the wire, see how I get it nice and flat, and I'll bring the strands over so that they're going down the middle there. I'll put some flux on the top and on the bottom there. Put some solder on my iron, and I'll do what's called a drop solder. And I'll go down, touch the bottom, get a nice flow through on the bottom there. I'll let that cool. See, I didn't get much flow on the bottom there, so I'll put a little flux on the bottom, put a little more solder on my iron there. And then I'll touch it on the bottom here. There, now see how that solder melted and went down? That gave me a nice flow through there. I'm going to let that cool a minute. There, we got a good solder joint there. And I might be able to move this, slide that insulation up just a bit. Okay, now I'm ready to take this side. I'll twist my strands together. I'll go in the hole in the back here. I'll look, make sure no strands are poking through. Alrighty, I'll flatten them down. I'll stick my solder in the wire in the flux. I'll put some on the top. I'll put some on the bottom there. My strands, I want to get them back over top there. Put some solder on my iron there. And I'll heat it up from the bottom too. Let it cool a minute. Turn it over. Okay, that's not a real good flow through there, so I'll just heat that up again a little bit. There we go, we got a good flow through now. There, we got a good flow on the bottom and a good flow on the top. Boy, it's easier to forget something than it is to remember. I have to go get my scissors. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to put a little divider underneath the block to isolate the chassis from the rivets on the bottom of the block. See these rivets here? They'll be live and they could make the chassis live. So I put a piece of plastic under it to protect it. And I like to put some electrical tape on the bottom of this just to give it some extra protection. Okay, I'll cut the excess off there. Alrighty, we got a nice thing there. Okay, I'm going to poke my little hole in about, and I'm going to poke it right in the middle there. And I'll cut it off there. Okay, I'll put the electrical tape facing down. Okay, now I'm going to curve these solder joints up a little bit. Put a knot on the bottom, a washer, okay, I'll make it nice and straight. I snugged it just enough so I can move it around a little bit to get it straight. Got it nice and straight. Okay, so there's the one going down to the cord, and we'll zip tie this wire into place. I'll take this one off because I don't need it now. I'll clip this off. Okay, I'm all done with my iron now, so I'm going to just clean the tip off really good and unplug it so it can be put away. You always tin your iron before you put it away. So I'll tell you why I put this fuse in. See how small the little filament is inside this here, this half amp? And see the size of the filament in your household fuse? So if something were to go wrong inside the stereo, while it's taking time to melt that large filament there, it could be burning up components inside. But in this case, this one has a fuse in the secondary, so the primary side of the power transformer could be heating up and shorting out and burning and possibly start a fire in the house because the primary windings got shorted out and started overheating. So it will blow this before it can melt this and possibly start a fire. Always consult an authorized service center before making any modifications to your stereo. And the household circuit breakers are equivalent to the fuse, the house fuse there I showed you. It will take quite a bit of time to trip that, and it will blow the little fuse that I'm putting in before it trips this. So I'll do the most important thing and put the little half amp fuse in here. Now this one does have a fuse here, but it's only protecting the secondary side. So this fuse I put in over here is protecting the primary side of the power transformer, because the power goes straight in and it goes over these runs straight to the power transformer without any protection of any kind. This is a Kenwood kx-w4070. So the last thing I do is I put a little Loctite on this washer and screw, and that'll keep it from loosening up over the years.